Welcome to a whole new season of InGear, folks. This week we start the show with a test drive of the all-new BMW ActiveHybrid3. Can a hybrid be green and exciting at the same time? Well, find out after this in Drive. Then we are off to Sepang to chill with the folks from Renault Sport in Club Sport. Watch as I get tossed around in a Megane RS250. And finally, hop on the Nissan Leaf My Taxi electric car and learn a thing or two about driving with zero emissions. Now, enjoy the show. Hey guys, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in, and you are catching yet another edition of Drive. Now, as you can see, I am driving a BMW 3 Series. Slight difference though. The difference is here. Come, follow me. Check this out. This bit over here makes all the difference. This is the 3 Series ActiveHybrid3. Yep, it's a green BMW 3 Series. It's the hybrid version of the ever popular 3 Series. So today we are going to find out, well, when we buy a hybrid, we want to know that it's economical, that it's working for our wallets. So what we're going to find out today is if it indeed is an economical car. But the question is, this is a BMW 3 Series. It's supposed to carry performance along with it. So is it economical slash performance ridden, like what a real BMW 3 Series should be like? Let's go and find out. I've got to go fill this baby up. Okay, let's get this baby on the road. We've fueled up. I'll stash away my wallet in this little secret compartment here. My leg is on the brake pedal, and we press the start button, and we're done, and we're good for business. With the right amount of charge, this car will ideally start in electric mode first. So for the first X number of yards, or well, if you're lucky, kilometers, it's going to run purely on electricity up to a certain point when the engine starts to kick in. We're going to drive all the way up to KLIA, which is a good about 60 kilometers from here, and we're going to fuel up again there to see what sort of MPG we get out of this particular car, which is a hybrid. So it should ideally return a fairly good economy to us. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to hit the nav button, and oh, look at this. It's so pretty. It shows where the energy is coming from. So that's the map. Okay, and we're good to go. Interior talk. When you go to town to grab your ActiveHybrid3, you can either have it in sleek modern line, racy sports line, or this one I'm in, lush luxury line. Just look at the posh wood veneer, chrome inserts and Dakota leather seats, and you know why it's the luxury line. Being a BMW, the instrument cluster is driver-centric, making all buttons and switches easy to reach, including the improved iDrive and driving mode selector. Speaking of which, there are 4 modes to choose from, the first 2 being Comfort and Eco Pro. Selecting it will cause the onboard computer to make the most energy efficient choices for the car, and you will also get driving tips. The ActiveHybrid3 also has regenerative braking like in F1 cars. Simply coast or brake and energy is pumped back into the batteries. But be sure not to be distracted by the pretty graphics used to illustrate this. Right then, so we actually stopped by at the R&R right in the middle of MEX to set up some cameras, and now we're back on the road. It was just a very quick stop, and it's so that we can have what you're looking at right now, the interior shot. Well, I've got the GoPro set up, and you can have a pretty good view of what happens inside the BMW ActiveHybrid3. So from the outside, from the inside, it looks pretty much like the regular 3 Series BMW that has just been launched a couple of months back. So in Malaysia, the 3 Series in general is fairly new, and now we've got the ActiveHybrid3 variant thrown in. Now, when we first started this journey earlier, you could hear that the car was really silent, and that is because like I said earlier, with the right amount of energy stored in the battery pack, the car will move up to a certain speed purely on electricity, so 0 miles per gallon, because you're basically not using any gallon at all. You're not using any petrol. You're moving entirely on electricity, and then the system will very independently and intelligently choose to switch from electric to gasoline as per our normal internal combustion engine cars. Okie dokie, and here we are, nous arrivons. We are now in, let me kill the engine first. Okay, we are now in the Petronas in front of the Sepang circuit. Okay, we cheated a little bit. We did not go all the way to KLIA as originally planned, but the idea of this test is to see how much petrol did we use in that journey. Now, when I left the petrol station, the odometer was at 1090, and right now it is at 1156. So that's about 66 kilometers that we've traveled today. So now we are going to fuel up again to see how much petrol did we use in the 66 kilometers that we drove, both on the freeway as well as on urban roads. So let's go and see how we did on the Eco Pro drive mode. Okay, we've put up in the counter inside, and we're going to do the exact same thing that we did when we first set off in this journey. We'll pop that open, pull out the 995, and we're good to go. Okay, we're pumping. I think that's just about it. 9 ringgit and 30 cents, and we used up 4.9 liters of petrol. All right. No, I'm not going to give you a verdict on whether the car is indeed economical or not, but those were the figures and the numbers that we have to play around with. So you do your own math, and you tell me if this car is what you think is the very definition of a hybrid. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We are talking about a hybrid, but we are talking about a BMW 3 Series. Now, earlier I mentioned that the BMW 3 Series is known for performance driving. Now, this particular car comes with a 3-liter inline-6 engine, which can also be found in the BMW 335i. In that car, it pumps out 306 brake horsepower. And this particular hybrid car, it pumps out 340 brake horsepower with 450 Newton meters of torque, pushing it forward. Now, what can we say about that? Now, this one I can come up with a verdict. This car goes like oomph. So now we've tested out the hybrid bit and the economy bit. We are now going to test out if this is indeed a BMW 3 Series that has performance and fire in its DNA. Let's go check it out. And now we come to the remaining 2 drive modes, Sport and Sport Plus. In Sport mode, you will find fire! Throttle and brake response is sharper, and the 8-speed sequential gearbox shifts quicker. Sport Plus is all the above and hairier. This is what happens when you punch the gas pedal in 4th gear at 90 kilometers an hour in sport mode. Oh my gosh, this is what you call pull-in power! So what is the proposition that is brought forward to you by BMW here in this particular little zippy car here? This is, at the end of the day, still a classic compact BMW sedan. It does everything that it needs to do as a sedan. It gives you performance, in fact oodles of it, with 340 brake horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque. It is amongst one of the fastest salons that we have in the market right now. So here's something interesting, a hybrid that is not only supposed to give you economy but also lots of performance. Now that's not something we come across every day, especially here in Malaysia. It may look like a sleeper from the outside, but trust me, it's got fire breathing down its throat, its veins, it's just fiery. So do I like it? I like it a lot.